Okay, the Equinox is clean now. The next step is to use a clay bar. And what a clay bar does is it removes bonded surface contaminants that are stuck to the paint. So when I performed the waterless wash, that removed the topical dirt, the road grime, any kind of film on the surface. However, a waterless wash or a rinseless wash or even a traditional wash is not strong enough to remove the bonded contaminants, which they can include industrial fallout, rail dust, paint overspray, environmental pollutants, bird droppings, real stubborn bug splatter, or pretty much anything else that bonds to the paint. Now, using a clay bar is not exclusive to a 20-year-old used car. Even brand new cars, believe it or not, will benefit from having a clay bar treatment. Now, what you can do is, this is a 20-year-old car, so this paint is really contaminated. You can hear it. Paint shouldn't make noise like that. You're hearing contamination. Now, if you go out to your garage and you feel your paint, you might go, well, really doesn't feel that bad. What you can do is take a sandwich bag, place your hand in it, and what this does is it amplifies the sensitivity of your fingertips, and you simply rub your hand across the paint, just barely any pressure, and the sandwich baggie, it amplifies the sensitivity in your fingertips, and you can really feel the true condition of your paint. So if you hear it now, paint is very loud. Now, gloss comes from smoothness. The smoother the paint, the glossier it's going to be. So to wrap up this episode, I'm going to use a clay bar treatment, and then in a future episode, we're actually going to compound and polish this hood to restore the gloss, the color, and the clarity. But the first step before you do that is to use a clay bar. And what a clay bar does is it's an abrasive pad here, and this is a man-made substance, and it's pliable, it's flexible. These come in different grades, and it features an abrasive that's built into the bar, and essentially what happens is, as you rub the bar across the surface, the abrasives, they shave off the contaminants, and then they become stuck in this flexible patty. And it's really easy to use. First and foremost, make sure you get a high-quality clay bar. I like to use a universal detailing clay because it's high quality, and you don't have to worry about it scratching your paint. So using a clay bar is simple. You need to have a clay bar lubricant. This is a specialized lubricant that provides a lubricious barrier so the clay bar itself can be rubbed across the surface without fear of scratching or marring. Don't use water, and don't use like dish soap mixed with water. A lot of guys like to do that, the old school guys, and over time that eats away at the clay bar. So take your lubricant, and you want to saturate the surface. You want to have an ample amount of product, and work one panel at a time. This hood is rather large, so this will be 2 panels. And then take your bar, and when it's brand new, it's shaped like this, but since this has been used, it's already in a patty, but you can put it between your hands, squeeze together, and make a nice flat patty. And then just so it doesn't stick to your hands as much, you can wet it. Now, when you're using the clay bar, you want to hold it in the palm of your hand, and the reason why is if you hold it with your fingers, what's going to happen is as you rub, your fingers are going to work their way through the bar, and this also gives more uniform pressure. So in the palm of your hand, and then simply take the bar, and you're going to rub back and forth. Now, you want to rub fast. You don't have to rub slow. If you go like this, it's going to take all day. You should be able to clay an entire vehicle in about 30 minutes tops. And at first, it's going to be grabby. What's happening is the clay bar is picking up the contaminants. After you go over the area a few times, you'll notice it'll glide smoothly. Just like that. And it doesn't matter what direction you rub the clay bar. Some guys like to go one direction and then overlap with the other direction. Doesn't really matter. And then after you clay a section, like for example, a panel or half a panel for a large hood, you want to take the bar and you want to re-knead it. And what that does is, this is like a turquoise bar, so you cannot see the contamination too badly, but there is embedded dirt on here. It's clearly different from the clean side. This is the dirty side. You can see the dirt and the grime. So what you want to do is take the bar and knead it, and you're trapping that contamination, so you're exposing a clean section to do the other half of the hood or the next panel. Now, normally what you do at this point is you would take the microfiber towel and you would remove the clay lubricant, but I want to show you a clay alternative that works equally well, if not better, and that is a clay mitt. So This is a universal clay mitt, and it works in the same manner as the clay bar. The difference is that this is a microfiber mitt, and it has a rubberized polymer coating on the surface. And the benefit of this is that it works much faster and it lasts a lot longer. But the application is the same. You spray your lubricant on there, and you simply rub back and forth. And one of the advantages of the clay mitt is you can do this as you wash the vehicle. So whichever method you prefer, they both work well. Take your microfiber towel, and you're going to wipe off the clay bar residue. So all the lubricant's been removed, and remember what it sounded like before? It sounded like sandpaper. Now, it's very quiet, as paint should be. So thank you for watching this episode. In a future episode, stay tuned. I'm going to compound and polish this Equinox because it is riddled with swirl marks and scratches. I'm going to restore it to a brand new shine. Thank you so much for watching.